fabulous women and all my male viewers as well. So I was just struggling to fix my camera. That's why I'm just a little bit hazy and haphazard here. So yes, welcome to another live which is about limiting beliefs, how they are formed, what's the science behind it, and how we can overcome it through a very powerful tool, very simple tool which I am going to discuss here today. So hi everyone, and if you are new here, new to my channel, hi, this is Batul Diwan and I am passionate to help women, especially women, and I might open myself for men as well, but for starting, women who feel stuck, lonely, loveless, maybe unheard, ununderstood in their personal life. They feel their relationships are not going right. There is something which is missing. They feel wounded. There are toxic relationships they are attracting or they are already in, or they feel that they want to work, they want to build their career, but there is no way they are able to find out because they're stuck in some kind of household which is not letting them do, or they are already doing something good in their career but they don't feel satisfied. They are not growing in career. Their office environment or the career in which they are currently is not giving them real fulfillment and satisfaction, and there is something which their soul really longs for. They want to live a life for what which they deep down yearn, but they don't know what it is. So hi, I understand everything because most of the situation I have undergone in my life, and that's why I'm here to help you with everything through my proactive learning and my experiential learnings and whatever I am learning through my teachers. Uh, so for that, I will leave a link in the description box to a WhatsApp community which I'm building for like-minded women, where you can join, where you can regularly interact with me, and I give my inner work tips, as well as if there is something in your mind which you really feel bothered about and you want that you now want to share with me and discuss with me. I will also drop a link in the description box which is regarding one-on-one clarity call with me, which is absolutely free. You can call me up, you can book a call, and we can discuss what are your challenges and we can try to find out a solution for you. Now, coming back to today's topic, which is limiting belief. So, what are limiting beliefs? I will give you something very simple, a very simple definition, and everything we are going to talk about, I'll break down into simple steps, simple things so that you can understand and it retains in your mind. Limiting belief is any belief which we form around the incidences which we go through in our life, consciously or subconsciously, which is limiting us or which is inhibiting us in form of the opportunities which we are getting, the life which we are living, the money which we are attracting, the relationships which we have, the happiness, the inner state. It is related to everything. It is limiting everything around us in our life because of what we have perceived or formed a belief system around a fact or a incidents, consciously or unconsciously. Now, let's talk about how it is formed. First, let's see the science behind it. So, something happened in your life. Whatever happens in your life, an event and incidents, what our mind does is our mind try to give meaning to whatever happens to our life. So, for example, something happened in your life and you uh, assigned a particular meaning to it as per your understanding and consciousness at that point of time. Now, the meaning you assign to that particular event or incidents is the initial preliminary belief. Okay, it is not yet a belief, but it is a preliminary perception of the event which you gave to that event, and that we can, let's call it as a story. You gave story or meaning to that particular incidents. Now, the second function of our mind or our brain is confirm everything which we believe or confirm everything which we think or perceive is right, because the function of our brain or mind is to prove ourselves right. So the second thing which starts happening unconsciously without we even knowing it is we start finding evidences to confirm and to prove ourselves right that what we have thought, what we have perceived around that incident, what story we have given to that incident is right or not. And then unconsciously we start attracting the similar circumstances in our life which start confirming that story. So I'll give you a very simple example. I'll make you understand through a very simple example is, for example, if you're women you think that all men cheat, and vice versa, if you're a man you think all women cheat. So this happened because of a fact or a incidents which happened in your life, that maybe a man or a woman in your life cheated you for the first time. So this was a fact, an event which happened. Now you perceived it as all women or all men are cheater. This is your perception or initial level of belief or your story. Now, the initial level of belief or perception or the story is not strong enough, but the second level of tool which our mind and brain applies by for proving ourselves right, by giving the confirmation that what we think is right, is what happens here, that you will unconsciously start attracting the situation, maybe some news, maybe some commercial, maybe you will find some friend who will narrate you similar kind of story that he or she also went through the similar circumstances and their partner cheated them, or you saw some news where same thing was happening, or you saw some um, series or movie where some kind of cheating was happening, and again similar things are coming to you which are confirming that the initial story or the initial perception you gave or the initial meaning you gave to that incident is right. And that's how this story, this initial story or perception become your belief system. So this is how powerful our mind and brain is, and if we utilize it consciously or unconsciously in negative direction, then also it is working in the favor of us only, and it is making that belief for us. So that is how we make a belief which is a limiting belief. Now let's talk that how they are made in terms of the emotion and in terms of past, and like why they are made. So there are two reasons. Number one is the societal conditioning, the conditioning we had, the past, the environment in which we grew up, the family, the society, the schooling, the friends, the relatives, as well as the past generational culture, the generational thinking pattern which is coming to us through our genetics is one of the factors which decides our belief system. And the second is trauma, any kind of trauma, physical, mental, emotional, any kind of trauma and abuse. And if any of you have gone through any kind of physical, mental or emotional trauma as well, my heart goes for you and I feel so sorry. But whatever happened to us in past was unfortunate, but at the same time healing from it is a responsibility, because our mind suppresses the memory of that trauma so that we don't relive again. So sometimes we forget whatever traumatic incidents we went through, but our body stores that trauma. Our body memory is still holding that trauma, which comes in the form of limiting beliefs. So these are the two reasons why we form a certain kind of belief, whatever we have formed, and why different people can perceive a different event or fact in different way and make a belief out of it. These are the two reasons. Now I'll give you two very simple examples which are related to these two kind of ways we make certain kind of beliefs. So number one is someone had certain kind of incidents where in their childhood they went for giving an exam to get admitted in certain school, but that person, that woman was not able to qualify that exam, and their parent in front of other uh, friends of their parents made fun of the child, because parents were not sensitive enough and they took it very lightly, but it played a major role in child's self-esteem. So the fact here was the child was not able to qualify the exam. Now, how the child perceived it? Because of the way parent reacted, the child perceived it as I am not intelligent. Okay. Now the child's brain started, searching for evidences to confirm this first level of perception or story. And she got maybe multiple times confirmed this belief when she went out to play with her friends. Her friends bullied her and said that you are stupid, or maybe her class teacher also said that you are so stupid, you don't even know this thing, and some of the other relatives also told something similar. And that's how 3, 4, 5, 6 times the same kind of proof she got as a confirmation to her initial story that she is not intelligent. And that is why she made a belief that I am not good enough. And the second one is, for example, in your childhood, you were bitten by a dog, and after that, the getting bitten by a dog is fact. Now, what you made first level of perception or story around it because of the past conditionings you had or whatever, that all dogs are dangerous. And because of that, what happens is you started getting more and more confirmation because your brain was searching for the evidences that everywhere you go, some kind of growling dog you found, and you found dog biting someone else also, and something similar happened so many times that it became your belief system that all dogs are dangerous. And because first time the dog bit you, that trauma got stored in your body. And since your mind, because your mind want to protect us, your brain want to protect us, it must have eliminated that memory, but trauma got stored in your body. And from that time itself, whenever you find a dog, you get extremely scared. So this is the example of how trauma gets stored and it plays in us in the form of limiting belief. And the first was how we form a limiting belief because of our past conditioning and society and all. By the way, both the experiences, both the examples I shared with you are real life examples, and they have happened with the women I interact. So the first example is the woman, she is maybe of my mother's age or maybe even elder, and she feels she is not good enough in anything because of this one incident which happened in her past. So try to relate what is that one incident, or what is that many things in your life where you have certain kind of limiting beliefs which is stopping you from showing up as your best version. Try to identify with whatever we have discussed up till now. Now let's come to how we can overcome the limiting belief, because I don't want to go overboard, it will become a long video. So how to overcome a limiting belief? So it all comes down to the breakup I have done for you in terms of how it is formed. So now try to identify that what is one fact around the limiting belief you had. For example, for me, I'll give you my example. One of my limiting belief is my communication is so bad that I won't be able to become a public speaker, or I won't be able to help anyone else because I find my communication very challenging and not good enough. So it comes from the fact that I find it challenging in terms of I find communication challenging at times in a way where how to articulate my feelings, how to articulate my thoughts clearly. Sometimes I blank out, sometimes I forget words, something like that. And now I'm being very vulnerable and open with you so that it can help you as well, that yes, I too have so many limiting beliefs. So the fact is, I find my communication not I find it challenging and I struggle with it. The story I have made around it is I'm not good enough and I won't be able to communicate on platforms so that I become a public speaker or something. And I got multiple confirmations of it whenever I was going through certain incidences where I was not able to communicate properly. My mind was telling, see, your communication is not good enough. See, your communication is not good enough. And I was confirming my story, and that's how it became a rigid belief. So identify what is the one fact which happened with you, how you gave story to it, and now the trick lies. flip the story and make a new meaning out of it, which is empowering you, which is in your favor. So I gave a new meaning that, you know what, Batul, why are you very hard to yourself? Because maybe you want to excel yourself in terms of communication. You're comparing yourself with really eminent, polished speakers because you set your standard very high, so that you are always striving for achieving higher. You're always striving for higher and reach higher and higher. And that's how you never become complacent. That is why you're becoming so hard on yourself. So, this is the new meaning, new twist I gave to that fact. And then the next step which you do is start confirming your new belief, because your brain functions, your mind functions the same. Now it's up to you that how you utilize the power of your brain and mind to, in your favor. So how will you utilize in your favor? By confirming your new belief. So take baby actions in direction of what new meaning you have given, and whenever through baby action you get some result or some win, tell yourself, acknowledge yourself, see, here you did good, see, here you did good. So now your new belief is also getting confirmed. Now you're rewiring your brain, you are circuiting new neurons firing and wiring, and you're making a new belief system by confirming the new meaning or new story you have given to yourself. So the trick lies in becoming really conscious and aware of where your limiting belief is coming from, giving a new meaning or new story to your limiting belief, and consciously confirming your new belief system. And it will happen when you start asking more and more questions. If some old belief system comes to you, start asking questions. From where it is coming, why it is coming, who told this is right, where is it written, is it really true, or is it mind just playing the tricks? Because in past I have got so much of confirmation. In past, if I have got so much of confirmation, of course I can get new confirmations towards my new belief as well. Because what we believe is what we get, is what we attract. So why not work on the new belief system and attract according to it? And that's how I have started getting proofs from my new belief system that my communication is not that bad. By again giving myself proof, again and again giving myself proof, and this is one of the proof which I'm giving myself that I can communicate. Okay, so let's stop this live here because it will become too much. So it has already gone 17-18 minutes. I would really love to take your questions from next time so that we can have an interactive live. For now, I think I will stop the live here, and I hope this powerful tool will help you very much, but only if you start consciously applying it in your limiting belief. So maybe today's your homework is identify what is that one or multiple limiting beliefs from where you're operating. Okay, if not multiple, at least one, and then do the similar exercise which I done for you by giving my example. All right, so that's all for today. I hope you liked my video. Like it, share it with people you think they might be needing it, and I'm sure there might be some. And subscribe my channel for more such videos, for more value added and empowering things, little and simple things which can help in your life, as well as you can also help me spread my message, spread my agenda and my mission by subscribing my channel. And that's all for today. My name is Batul, and thank you so much for watching.